Child, Beyonce found herself in a Kanye-esque moment, courtesy of her husband, Jay-Z, and yet again when Taylor Swift clinched her 4th album of the year at the Grammys.
Embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
I'm not sure it goes down like that. But Jay-Z went as far as canceling his pre-Grammy party just to rescind Diddy's invitation. Diddy, on the other hand, is on the verge of exposing the Grammys and other industry insiders. Before delving into the Diddy drama, let's unravel why Jay left his wife uneasy and how Beyonce is grappling with embarrassment. Jay-Z was in the spotlight as he accepted the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award established in 2023. During his acceptance speech, he didn't hold back, calling out the Grammys and emphasizing that Beyonce is long overdue for the Album of the Year accolade, a distinction she's never claimed. Just to jog your memory, Bey has been in the running for Album of the Year 5 times. The first nod came in 2010 for I Am Sasha Fierce, followed by a feature on Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster a year later. In 2015, she secured another nomination, and then the acclaimed Lemonade in 2017. The most recent nomination was for Renaissance in 2023. Many believed Lemonade, in particular, was a shoo-in for the coveted award. Beyonce left an indelible mark, delving into the emotional aftermath of Jay-Z's infidelity, tackling generational pain, and addressing racial inequality. Let's not even start with the genre-bending masterpiece, blending reggae, rock, hip-hop, soul, funk, country, and electronica. And the visual album? Absolutely mind-blowing. However, in that particular year, Adele swooped in and took home Album of the Year. In her acceptance speech, Adele went so far as to declare that if anyone deserved the accolade, it was none other than BAE. Jay-Z is standing firm on his belief that Beyonce has been overlooked for far too long, expressing his conviction that she should have clinched the Album of the Year at the Oscars at some point in her illustrious career. Despite Beyonce amassing over 30 Grammys, Jay-Z and many others find it perplexing that only one of her 32 Grammy wins falls within the prestigious Big Four categories, encompassing Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. And that solitary win being for Single Ladies in 2010. Apart from that singular triumph, all other victories have been confined to genre-specific categories, a fact that both Jay-Z and Beyonce find inadequate. Jay-Z's strategic timing of expressing these sentiments when Beyonce wasn't nominated for Album of the Year was noted, aiming to avoid diminishing the achievements of the other nominees. However, the situation took an unexpected turn as Taylor Swift emerged victorious once again for Album of the Year.
It goes to Taylor Swift.
Rumors in the streets suggest that Taylor's behavior was less than gracious, allegedly grabbing her Grammy from Celine Dion without acknowledgement or a hug. Critics argue that she should have shown gratitude, particularly considering Celine's presence amid personal struggles. Amidst these Grammy dynamics, Beyonce found herself in a contemplative space, aware that people might perceive her sentiments towards Taylor as reminiscent of Kanye West's infamous interruption during her acceptance speech.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
The Beehive may resonate with Jay-Z's sentiments.
Embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
But there are contrasting views. Personalities like Whoopi Goldberg, on The View, argue that with over 30 other Grammy wins, the lack of success in this particular category may not carry as much weight. According to Goldberg,
Oh, I kind of appreciate all of that, and they're not for just one thing.
Yes.
So for me, it doesn't matter if they give her that album. I mean, and listen, it's subjective.
Yeah.
People are voting. You can't determine who's doing it unless you're the person voting. So I think 38 is kind of not a terrible number.
The extensive recognition in other categories overshadows the absence of an Album of the Year win. While Jay-Z certainly has the right to defend his wife and express his views during his speech, some critics argue that it may not be the best optics, considering Beyoncé's already extensive list of wins. The sentiment is that Jay-Z's point would be more valid if Beyoncé were consistently overlooked across most award categories, which is far from the reality given her numerous accolades. Some suggest that if Beyoncé were to write the music and lyrics for an entire album, her chances of winning might increase. However, the prevailing opinion is that as long as she continues to sample other artists and involve a large number of collaborators for one song, a win in the Album of the Year category may remain elusive. While there's disagreement on Jay-Z advocating for Beyoncé's Album of the Year win,
some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. All right, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
there is a consensus that some artists were unjustly overlooked and some perhaps didn't deserve nominations at all. Lana Del Rey, in particular, is highlighted as someone who was unfairly snubbed. Shifting focus from awards, there are rumors that Jay-Z canceled his Grammy brunch, partly due to Diddy. The speculation suggests that Jay-Z struggled with uninviting Diddy and, rather than addressing it directly, opted to cancel the event. Allegedly, Diddy intended to attend the party with Clive Davis, a clear supporter amid Diddy's recent controversies. However, Jay-Z was adamant about keeping certain individuals, presumably including Diddy, away from his gathering. This apparent rift intensifies as rumors circulate that Jay-Z organized a separate private party, intentionally excluding Diddy from the guest list. Child, it's a tangled web in the world of entertainment, and Diddy should indeed be familiar with the consequences of certain actions, considering his past business dealings. The mention of his history, including the Rockefeller Def Jam deal and his relationship with Kanye West, highlights the complexities within the industry. Diddy's absence at the Grammys, despite being nominated, raises eyebrows. Whether it was his choice or a decision influenced by organizers due to potential controversy remains uncertain. Reports suggest concerns from key figures and publicists, indicating that Diddy's presence might send the wrong message and create logistical challenges. Behind the scenes, whispers from Blind Items suggest that Diddy might be planning to expose others in the industry. If true, it adds a layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. The question of whether Diddy will follow through on taking people down with him, including Jay-Z, remains speculative, but certainly adds a dose of anticipation to the narrative. As for Jay-Z speaking on behalf of Beyoncé at the Grammys, sources close to Beyoncé suggest embarrassment, leading them to leave right after Jay's speech. The question of whether Beyoncé truly deserves the Album of the Year for her released albums is subjective. Opinions on her worthiness may vary, and the comments section is open for diverse perspectives on this matter.